Are you a Mary or a Martha? We've all heard that sermon. It usually comes with a suggestion that we should be a Mary, though some creative preachers have told us that being a Martha is okay too. But there is at least a third character in today's story that preachers have shied away from listing as someone to be: Jesus. It might sound a tad presumptive on our part, but I think Jesus would not be unflattered by our attempt to imitate him. After all, it is only a pen stroke later that the Gospeler gives us Jesus telling us to call God Father, as though we too were sons and daughters like he is. And so, perhaps, it's worth our consideration to reckon what it would be like to imitate Jesus in a world like ours. It seems an especially apposite suggestion for a group of people who will take up leadership roles, both clerical and lay, within the church. We will, after all, encounter a world obsessed with productivity and increase, lots of hustle and bustle to be had. Can't risk being a day late or a dollar short in a world where victory goes to whomever is most willing to sacrifice that little slice of sunlight between 9 and 5. The world needs to hear what we've heard today. Wisdom seems to be in short supply in a culture defined by 24-hour cycles of repetitive talking points and scandal. And for better or worse, the church is the one who will bear witness in this age to another way, a better way, a 2,000-year-old way, initiated by the Son of God and witnessed to by his death and resurrection from the dead. We no longer have the luxury of choosing between being a Mary or being a Martha. We must be a Jesus as well. We must be a light in a very dark world, the shining icon that God has made us to be, a glimmer of hope to the nations. Of course, we will need also to be Marys and Marthas. We'll need to do some work. We'll need to do some contemplation. I'm not saying we are to fully abandon those models of ministry. But in this particular age, at this unique juncture of human history, we must be a people who looks to God's beloved creation and says, "Beloved, you are worried. You are worried and distracted. You are worried and distracted by so many things. But only one thing matters.